Question 1. What is the penalty for a first offense of driving without proof of insurance in Kentucky? A. A fine between $500 and $1,000, up to 90 days in jail, or both. B. A mandatory 6-month license suspension. C. Only a written warning for the first offense. The answer is A. A fine between $500 and $1,000, up to 90 days in jail, or both. Question 2. When a school bus stops with its red lights flashing on a 2-lane road, what should you do? A. Stop only if there are children crossing. B. Slow down and pass cautiously. C. Stop, regardless of your direction of travel, until the lights stop flashing. The answer is C. Stop, regardless of your direction of travel, until the lights stop flashing. Question 3. What is the penalty for a driver not wearing a seatbelt in Kentucky? A. A mandatory court appearance. B. A fine of $100. C. A fine of $25. The answer is C. A fine of $25. Question 4. What does the move over law require motorists to do when approaching stationary emergency vehicles? A. Stop immediately and wait for instructions. B. Slow down to 20 miles per hour below the speed limit. C. Move over to a non-adjacent lane, if possible. The answer is C. Move over to a non-adjacent lane, if possible. Question 5. What should a driver do if their vehicle begins to hydroplane? A. Slam on the brakes immediately. B. Turn sharply to regain control. C. Remove their foot from the accelerator. The answer is C. Remove their foot from the accelerator. Question 6. What does a solid yellow line on your side of the road indicate? A. You may pass at any time. B. Passing is not allowed. C. Passing is allowed when safe. The answer is B. Passing is not allowed. Question 7. When driving in reverse, a motorist's head and body should be A. Turn to the left to watch for approaching traffic. B. Facing forward with only mirrors used. C. Turn to the right to clearly see through the rear window. The answer is C. Turn to the right to clearly see through the rear window. Question 8. When two vehicles arrive at a four-way stop at the same time, which driver has the right of way? A. The driver on the left. B. The driver on the right. C. The driver going straight. The answer is B. The driver on the right. Question 9. What should you do if you experience a tire blowout while driving? A. Immediately apply the brakes and steer to the shoulder. B. Hold the steering wheel firmly and gradually slow down. C. Accelerate to maintain control. The answer is B. Hold the steering wheel firmly and gradually slow down. Question 10. Where should children under the age of 8 be seated in a vehicle? A. In the front passenger seat. B. In the back seat with a proper child safety restraint system. C. Anywhere in the vehicle as long as they wear a seatbelt. The answer is B. In the back seat with a proper child safety restraint system. Question 11. What is the legal blood alcohol concentration, BAC, limit for drivers over 21 in Kentucky? A. 0.04%. B. 0.06%. C. 0.08%. The answer is C. 0.08%. Question 12. When approaching a railroad crossing with flashing lights, you must A. Slow down and proceed if no train is visible. B. Stop at least 15 feet from the crossing. C. Drive quickly across to avoid delays. The answer is B. Stop at least 15 feet from the crossing. Question 13. A yellow diamond-shaped sign typically indicates A. A speed limit change. B. A warning or caution. C. A stop requirement. The answer is B. A warning or caution. Question 14. What is the standard speed limit in a residential area in Kentucky unless otherwise posted? A. 25 miles per hour. B. 30 miles per hour. C. 35 miles per hour. The answer is C. 35 miles per hour. Question 15. How should you position your wheels when parking downhill next to a curb? A. Turned away from the curb. B. Parallel to the curb. C. Turn toward the curb. The answer is C. Turn toward the curb. Question 16. If you are involved in a minor collision with no injuries, what is the first thing you should do? A. Leave the scene to avoid traffic. B. Move your vehicle out of traffic if possible. C. Wait for police without moving your vehicle. The answer is B. Move your vehicle out of traffic if possible. Question 17. What is the minimum safe following distance during ideal road conditions? A. 1 car length for every 5 miles per hour. B. 2 car lengths for every 10 miles per hour. C. 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour. The answer is C. 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour. Question 18. A motorist should increase their following distance behind a large truck to A. Drive more efficiently. B. Stay within the truck driver's blind spots. C. Allow more time to stop if needed. The answer is C. Allow more time to stop if needed. Question 19. What should a driver do if their vehicle skids? A. Turn the steering wheel sharply in the opposite direction of the skid. B. Accelerate to gain control. C. Turn in the direction the rear of the vehicle is skidding. The answer is C. Turn in the direction the rear of the vehicle is skidding. Question 20. In which scenario must a motorist yield to other drivers? A. When approaching an intersection with a green light. B. When entering a highway from an acceleration lane. C. When driving on a highway. The answer is B. When entering a highway from an acceleration lane. Question 21. When driving on a wet road, at what speed may a vehicle start to hydroplane? A. 25 miles per hour. B. 30 miles per hour. C. 35 miles per hour. The answer is C. 35 miles per hour. Question 22. What does a flashing red traffic light mean? A. Yield to oncoming traffic. B. Proceed with caution. C. Stop and proceed when safe. The answer is C. Stop and proceed when safe. Question 23. What should a driver do when approaching a construction zone? A. Drive at the posted speed limit. B. Increase speed to pass quickly. C. Reduce speed and be prepared to stop. The answer is C. Reduce speed and be prepared to stop. Question 24. What is the penalty for refusing to submit to a breath test in Kentucky? A. A fine of $200 and mandatory DUI education classes. B. A license suspension and potential jail time if convicted of DUI. C. A fine of up to $1,000 with no impact on the driver's license. The answer is B. A license suspension and potential jail time if convicted of DUI. Question 25. What is the purpose of deceleration lanes on highways? A. To speed up traffic flow. B. To allow vehicles to leave the highway safely. C. To merge vehicles onto the highway. The answer is B. To allow vehicles to leave the highway safely. Question 26. When driving at night, what should you do if an oncoming vehicle's headlights are blinding you? A. Flash your high beams. B. Look directly at the headlights. C. Focus on the right edge of the road. The answer is C. Focus on the right edge of the road. Question 27. What should a motorist do if they miss an exit on the highway? A. Reverse to the missed exit. B. Make a U-turn at the next opportunity. C. Proceed to the next exit. The answer is C. Proceed to the next exit. Question 28. What is the law regarding handheld cell phone use while driving in Kentucky? A. It is legal to use a handheld phone for any purpose while driving. B. Only texting is banned, but calls are allowed using handheld phones. C. Handheld phone use is banned for all drivers, except in emergency situations. The answer is C. Handheld Handheld phone use is banned for all drivers, except in emergency situations. Question 29. What is the standard speed limit in a school zone in Kentucky? A. 20 miles per hour. B. 25 miles per hour. C. 30 miles per hour. The answer is A. 20 miles per hour. Question 30. What should you do if you see a pedestrian crossing the street? A. Speed up to pass quickly. B. Honk to alert the pedestrian. C. Stop and give the pedestrian the right of way. The answer is C. Stop and give the pedestrian the right of way. Question 31. A flashing yellow light means that you should A. Slow down and proceed with care. B. Continue through if the way is clear. C. Stop and proceed when a green light appears. The answer is A. Slow down and proceed with care. Question 32. What should you do if your brakes suddenly fail while driving? A. Pump the brake pedal repeatedly. B. Shift to a lower gear and pump the brakes. C. Turn off the engine and steer to safety. The answer is A. Pump the brake pedal repeatedly. Question 33. A steady yellow light means that a blank light will soon appear. A. Flashing yellow. B. Steady green. C. Steady red. The answer is C. Steady red. Question 34. If a traffic light is broken or not functioning, you should A. Stop and wait for it to be repaired. B. Stop and wait for a police officer to arrive. C. Continue as if it were a four-way stop sign. The answer is C. Continue as if it were a four-way stop sign. Question 35. What is the safest way to approach an uncontrolled intersection? A. Accelerate to cross quickly. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop. C. Assume the right of way. The answer is B. Slow down and be prepared to stop. Question 36. When driving in foggy conditions, what type of headlights should you use? A. High beams. B. Hazard lights. C. Low beams. The answer is C. Low beams. Question 37. When approaching a curve, a driver should A. Slow down before entering the curve. B. Accelerate to maintain traction. C. Maintain the same speed throughout the curve. The answer is A. Slow down before entering the curve. Question 38. What does a red flashing light at an intersection mean? A. Proceed with caution. B. Slow down and prepare to yield. C. Stop and proceed only when safe. The answer is C. Stop and proceed only when safe. Question 39. When driving in a city, how far ahead should you look? A. 5 to 10 seconds. B. 10 to 15 seconds. C. 15 to 20 seconds. The answer is B. 10 to 15 seconds. Question 40. What is the maximum speed limit on most highways in Kentucky unless otherwise posted? A. 55 miles per hour. B. 60 miles per hour. C. 70 miles per hour. The answer is C. 70 miles per hour. Question 41. When approaching a traffic signal with a steady yellow light, you should A. Stop unless it is unsafe to do so. B. Accelerate to pass through quickly. C. Slow down and prepare to stop only if turning. The answer is A. Stop unless it is unsafe to do so. Question 42. What should a driver do when approaching a roundabout? A. Enter immediately and merge quickly. B. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. C. Stop completely before entering. The answer is B. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Question 43. When making a right turn on a green light, you must A. Maintain normal driving speed. B. Stop and look for oncoming traffic. C. Yield to pedestrians. The answer is C. Yield to pedestrians. Question 44. If you are driving behind a motorcycle, how much following distance should you allow? A. 2 seconds. B. 3 seconds. C. 4 seconds. The answer is C. 4 seconds. Question 45. When passing another vehicle, when is it safe to return to the right lane? A. When you are 2 car lengths ahead. B. When you see the vehicle in your side mirror. C. When you can see the vehicle in your rearview mirror. The answer is C. When you can see the vehicle in your rearview mirror. Question 46. At what distance must you stop from a railroad crossing when a train is approaching? A. 5 feet. B. 10 feet. C. 15 feet. The answer is C. 15 feet. Question 47. How can highway hypnosis be avoided? A. By driving slower than the speed limit. B. By continuously staring at the road. C. By frequently shifting your focus and taking breaks. The answer is C. By frequently shifting your focus and taking breaks. Question 48. What should you do if you approach an intersection with a non-functioning traffic light? A. Treat it as a four-way stop. B. Continue driving without stopping. C. Treat it as an uncontrolled intersection and yield. The answer is A. Treat it as a four-way stop. Question 49. Lanes of traffic moving in the same direction are divided by blank lines. A. Yellow. B. White. C. Red. The answer is B. White. Question 50. What is the penalty for transporting a child under 8 years old without a proper child safety seat in Kentucky? A. A fine of $100 and points added to the driver's license. B. A fine of $50 and an additional $10 fee for the Traumatic Brain Injury Trust Fund. C. A written warning for the first offense. The answer is B. A fine of $50 and an additional $10 fee for the Traumatic Brain Injury Trust Fund.